Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with a general video for World of Tanks. It is a completely free-to-play game, so there's no harm in trying it out. The game has been recently updated to version 0.9.0, more commonly referred to as patch 9.0, which brings a historical battle mode to the already existing standard assault and encounter battle modes. Also higher quality models for the T-54. Well, let's take a look at it first. Look around the T-54. Also note the rifling on the barrel, or inside the barrel I mean, which is present for all the high quality models. The T-34-85. The Panther. Oh, let's zoom out there a little bit. The Tiger 1, the Mouse, which I don't own yet, M4 Sherman, the M18 Hellcat, the M103, I don't own that, nor do I own the Tortoise, or the Centurion 7/1. Which have been updated to the higher quality models. Regular models are still pretty good. So if we take a look at, let's say, the Super Pershing, this is a regular model. It hasn't been updated to the high quality ones, but you can notice the distressing on the paint job, and it still looks better than it used to. For the high quality models, they do have independent suspension, so that you will notice the tracks moving up and down along the rough terrain. Now for historical battles, let's take a look at that. You have a choice between the Battle of Kursk, Battle of the Bulge, which is here, and Operation Spring Awakening. For the moment, more will be added. Each one has a unique set of vehicles that can participate in the battle, which you will have to own in your garage. As you can see, I own these vehicles for the Operation Spring Awakening. I don't own any of the other ones, but you can unlock them if you want to. This is probably mean, yeah, I don't have any crew in this particular tank, but that's fine. Now there's a unique thing about historical battles. You will not have the proper modules or loadout that you would have if you were playing in the standard battle modes. Here, the Tiger II in Operation Spring Awakening will be equipped with the 8.8cm L71, the Tiger II turret, Maybach HL230 P45 engine, and the FUG-5 radio, which isn't the best options you can have. FUG-5, let's see, that's only 310 m radio. Tracks does get the best engine and the best turret, but it only gets this cannon. So that's historically that's what the Tiger II had in that battle, so you can't just bring in a hugely modified vehicle with a larger cannon, and that makes it easier for grinding out tanks that have not been fully upgraded, but only those tanks that appear in historical battles. So that's not exactly the best option for every vehicle, as currently there's only the German, the American, and the Russian tanks, and only a few of those which actually participated in these battles. There are, however, a lot more tanks than there are in historical battles. Let's show off a game before you guys and gals get bored, shall we? This is the Panther tank, a tier 7 vehicle in a tier 8 game. The map is Abbey, and we're on a standard battle. Standard battles pit 15 players against 15 other players, where they have to eliminate each other or capture the flag to 100%. The more vehicles you have in the circle, this to my right, will speed up the capture. That would be our base, so our flag, and that means we're not capturing our flag. We have to go to the other side of the map. Bottom right, you see the mini-map. That's where we are all going, or eventually going to be headed up. But I believe more battles are won or lost through a vehicle elimination. And that's actually more fun. You get more experience out of that as well. You can see a little bit of the suspension work right there. Or maybe before that. I guess I wasn't really showing that off at that point. Here we go. Ta-da! That's it. It's cool when you look at it the first time, but after a while you just sort of ignore it. Now for the assault battle mode, that is where one team is defending their flag and the other team has to attack. You have a 10-minute timer on that match. The standard and encounter battle modes have 15 minutes. So the assault mode, you either defend or attack, and it really depends on teamwork, really. Encounter mode is where both teams have to battle it out for there's only one flag this time, and the capture time for that one flag is extremely long. It's probably around 3 times longer than normal. It does force both teams to attack, and sometimes that's more fun. You don't want to really sit back and shoot for 15 minutes or 12 minutes and then for the last 3 minutes just rush across the map to find the last guy. So here we are. You can go into a sniper mode by pressing the shift button or scrolling up with your mouse wheel. If you notice the chat messages on the left, they are repeated twice. I'm not sure why. But that might be a glitch in the replays. You might want to watch out for that as well. There is friendly fire, and if you do it too many times, you can get ejected from the game and then banned for, I'm not sure, an hour first, or 3 hours first, and then it might be week-long bans or permanent bans, depending on how much you do. So try not to shoot your allies. People generally don't like that. Even though the Panther is a medium tank, it's not exactly the same kind of medium tank that you would expect from the other nations. The Russians, for example, have faster medium tanks that go in and circle enemies to death, stuff like that. The German medium line, well, this German medium line is a bit slower. It's more heavily armored. They've got better cannons, and they're better snipers. So it really depends on which nation you like. You can see here we are winning in terms of score. We have 6 kills while the enemy has 3. However, if you look on the minimap, they've already got a medium tank next to our flag, and that's not good. Jagdtiger 8.8 centimeter, that is a premium vehicle, and here we go. I'm going to aim for the tracks, or the drive wheel, right there. There we go, got the tracking shot. So you actually need a certain amount of damage before you can track them, and the Panther doesn't exactly have a lot of damage. Once you do track them and they don't repair, they are, well, a tank destroyer is in a pretty bad position once that happens, especially when they're non-turreted. And you can see the enemy have already started capturing our flag. We're going to get on their flag since I'm here, and I'm not exactly in a speedy medium tank. Those Indian Panzers, those are also the German Tier 8 medium tanks. They're faster, they're along the faster line. Less heavily armored, but they're faster with around the same kind of cannons. And I took a shot there from an IS-3. You might notice the blue stuff on screen, and that's really the colorblind mode. Just want to put on colorblind mode so that everybody can see what's happening, or understand what's happening, I hope. And this is, I've chosen this game because it does show quite a lot of the mechanics. As you can see, I just got hit and we lost a huge amount of capture points, and then the AMX 1390 got destroyed. We lost even more. No, we just have to depend on the Indian Panzer and that one heavy tank. I'm not sure which one it is. See if they can hit one of the enemies, and they have, and that means we're going to be winning with a very good safety margin. Let's take a look at the battle results screen. That would be a second class mastery badge. 971 points of experience, 3 kills, 1,715 damage done to the enemy, 17 shots fired, 17 hit, only 14 penetrations. You will see with my premium account I earned 28,509 credits. Total credits received 33,826, and then now you'll have to repair the vehicle. I didn't get damaged too badly, so it's not that much. Resupply the ammunition, and I didn't use any consumables, but if you did, you would have to resupply that as well. Damage due to player assistance, that would be tracking damage or spotting damage, things like that. Hits received, how many times you were hit. I was hit twice, penetrated twice, did my my armor did not block any damage, and I didn't receive any splash damage either. So a lot of stats you can look at. It's pretty good. And this was on a 5x event, so I got a total of 7,280 experience. And this is all with a premium account. Non-premium accounts would be the one in slightly grayed out. That's what you would get if you did not have a premium account. It's not that bad, but for the higher tiers, if you are going for the higher tiers, you might want to invest in the premium account. It does help a lot. Let's take a look at the tech tree. This is the American tech tree. If you are just starting off, you will have the tier 1 vehicles of every nation for free. And as you can see, there are several paths you can take to get a tier 10 vehicle. There's the tier 10 self-propelled gun. This is a tier 10 heavy tank with an autoloader. 2 tier 10 tank destroyers. This one has a turret, this one does not. This is a tier 10 medium tank, and this is the regular tier 10 heavy tank without an autoloader. And not every line has autoloaders or turreted tank destroyers. For example, the British line, well, it's got artillery down here, a heavy tank, 1 tank destroyer, and 1 medium tank at tier 10. And that's all they've got. It was fairly new. The newest one is the Japanese line, which only has medium tanks and the light tanks up here. These are low tier light tanks, so they don't really count. The Chinese line, they don't have any artillery or tank destroyers as of yet. The French line has most of the autoloaders, starting from the AMX-12T all the way to the Batchat for the medium line, and from tier 8 to the tier 10 heavies are also autoloaders, and also this tier 10 self-propelled gun also has an autoloader. And I suppose you might want to know what an autoloader is. It's you get a clip of 4 to 6 shells. No, it doesn't really. I mean, the Flush 155 only has 3 shells, but it's a clip of shells which you can fire pretty fast, and then you have a long reload time in which you try to avoid getting shot and, you know, back off and stuff like that. The German line, which also has many tanks here, 2 tank destroyers. Wait a minute. There we go. Tier 10. 2 tank destroyers, 2 tier 10 heavy tanks, 2 tier 10 medium tanks, and 1 self-propelled gun. Russian line, right now there is a special mission, I believe it's called, or it's an on-the-track event is what it is. There are events that last for 2 weeks, I believe, for the on-the-track, and you get 50% discounts up to tier 5 and 30% discounts along the line that is on the track, which is this one in particular. So it's 50% discount, credit discount on purchasing the vehicle, up to tier 5, the T34, and then it's 30% all the way to tier 10, which is actually quite nice because the tier 10 vehicles, this one costs 6.1 million credits. 30% discount is 4.27 million, and that's a pretty significant discount. Now for part 2, I will be looking at consumables, equipment, upgrading modules, also mods for the game. There are mods for this game in the garage and in-game. And we'll take a look at premium tanks, premium ammunition, And thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in part 2.